Welcome to IT by Design's Culture and Career Corner with CEO Sunny Kayla. Today's guest is Banmeet Kour, Head of Talent Acquisition at our India, Philippines, and U.S. offices at ITBD. Today, they chat about Banmeet's career journey, ITBD culture, and lessons to share with future generations of professionals. Over to you, Sunny.
Banmeet, I have been waiting for this podcast session from a little while, and I'm super excited about having this conversation with you today because you are so near and dear to me, and just because you earned that respect by contributing at a very, very high level. You are a high impact leader, and there is just so much that we can share with our next generation from your experience. And welcome to the show, Banmeet.
Thank you so much, Sunny. It's really honor to have this conversation and sharing my knowledge and whatever I've learned from leader like you on this platform. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think a really good point for us to start, Banmeet, will be sharing your journey. So, just to share that with the world, and who is Banmeet, where she was born, and how she kind of propelled herself to where she is today. So can you briefly give us your kind of life journey?
Great. Sure, Sunny. Thank you so much, Sunny. Talking about from my childhood, I have always, Sunny, wanted to be in a race where I should feel good, not only doing good, which means when you are doing good, you are having a success, achievements, and a part of success. But when you feel good, it means that, you're enjoying the success, your achievements, you feel what you're enjoying and doing your passion. So just to begin with this, this is something, from my childhood. I was born and brought up in Jammu and Kashmir with my family, and, the kind of values and upbringing which I got from my parents were beneath be a happiness for someone's life. So I have been brought up with those values. So when, I came to look up for a job after my MBA, there was no doubt, Sunny, that in my mind that I am gonna pick talent acquisition. And, somehow I had that vibes that talent acquisition will have a very, very key role in my, career. So when I started my journey way back in 2008 with Randstad, I used to give employment to a lot of people located in different part of, country. And the kind of gratitude, Sunny, they used to give me, used to make me feel, end of the day, picking up this role will help not only bringing smile on someone's face, but also giving me a purpose of the life. That is the kind of values, I wanted to take ahead as a legacy from my, parents. Then, during the start of my career, I was given a lot of, assignments to make a lot of inactive clients to active, where, closing positions with their employers for past 1 year gave me an inclination that, yes, this talent acquisition is going to be a challenging, but I would love, want to do that, happiness, because that is what, will be fulfilling the dream job of the people. Then, moving ahead forward with my career, if you remember, after my Randstad career in 2015, someday, I got a call from IT by Design HR, and I still remember that day, Sunny, when you had came from US those days, and your second home being JW. I met you for an interview, and we spent good amount of 2 hours in my interview. I'm coming out of that room, and I'm like, oh God, CEO taking my interview, and we spent 2 hours. And I think, Sunny, that's just adding here in, my career journey. That's your value and your, art, which you doesn't mind spending now also. So in 2015, with me, that mindset of responsibilities and, enhancing my role. And you gave me an opportunity, Banmeet, go ahead and hire top-notch talent for IT by Design. So I spent, good amount of time with IT by Design, But then there was a time which came in, I thought, let's explore something outside in the market. And I joined eClerks in 2014. But as it is said, how long you can be away from your family. So I couldn't spend much time away from IT by Design. You brought me back last year. And, since then, I am having a lot of success in IT by Design, and I'm back with more passion, energy. And I'm really thankful for you for, giving me this opportunity in helping in building our dream IT by Design, and, fulfilling dream jobs for a lot of people in the world, I would say.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. What I heard you say with your purpose, your parents gave you something so unique, so beautiful. And I think that is a core of a good human being, is when you are spreading happiness.
Yes.
And your purpose becomes spreading happiness to people that are around you. And that can be at home, at work, in our communities. And I think no wonder you're having so much energy now after coming back to ITBD and having that fun, because that purpose alignment is really, really energizing. And because IT by Design's purpose is to build happy, healthy communities at work. And our acronym for core values is happy. And I think there is just so much alignment, and alignment leads to energy. Alignment leads to, we doing great teamwork, creating value, working together. So that is a really good alignment when your life purpose, your individual goal is to be that light, that happy, spreading happiness to people around you. And then on top of that, so with company purpose, your individual purpose, that alignment, and then you found a really good domain, which is recruitment, because recruitment is all about finding people where they are looking for happiness.
Yes.
And you are giving them opportunities, helping them discover and explore those opportunities where those leads to their dream jobs, and dream jobs make them happy. So at work, you are kind of what they call it is vocation, that you're always on vacation because your work that you're doing is well aligned with your purpose, and you're spreading that happiness by doing that matchmaking between candidates and the culture environment that you bring them into, and help them get those dream jobs. So we truly appreciate your contributions there, and the impact that you're making on a lot of people's lives. And now let's move on to, I think it's a nice segue to talk about culture. And so my question to you is, how would you describe IT by Design culture?
Wow, lovely question. One of my favorite questions. So our culture, Sunny, is completely aligned with our core values, which states what you stated is, building a happy, community of colleagues, peers, and partners. But what I believe here is, Sunny, in IT by Design, we have turned our employees into our family members and our clients into friends. So that's the kind of environment which we have for our employees and our customers. And, we believe in rising together and creating a success mantra for each other. That's the biggest thing for us. So if I talk about, Sunny, it's not enough for all the employees to be satisfied. If you want to be happy at work and enjoy, what you do, and what you, emphasize on employees' happiness is IT by Design, is giving them work-life balance. So in fact, what I will say, our core value believes in being there for each other, honoring commitments, and listening generously to our employees. So that is, how I describe. And I really want to tell you a great example here. Remember that all of us had gone to LMA retreat, and that day, Sunny, we had a Mother's Day celebration. And I still remember that day when you thought of, rewarding all the mothers on the stage, and you came with certain gifts. And I'm like, okay, that's Sunny. Sunny is there, he's rewarding. And suddenly you came out with the announcement that, you understand the kind of pain a mother takes handling a professional and a personal life. And with a moment of fraction, you announce that I am gonna give one leave to all the mothers in the quarter so that they can spend time with their kids. That is the kind of core value, Sunny, we have in IT by design. That you like something, you valued the mother of the IT by design and you took that decision. And I was so happy and overwhelmed with that thing. All of the mothers which I was talking recently, they were like, wow, what a decision, special off for mothers. So that's the kind of, environment and the culture we have. One other example I want to share, that's completely aligned with our name, which is innovation technology by design, which means we value innovation same way as a collaborative culture where employees are encouraged to share the ideas with each other and which completely resonates with our core value, positivity. That's, one of the core value we have. Our culture is where everyone feels accepted, valued, have a sense of belongingness, and where we all share a common goals of achievement, which is aligned with our core value, your community. So that's the culture of IT by design.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Banmeet. And that our leadership retreat, we call LMA retreat.
Yeah.
And when you guys invited a lot of mothers to the stage to appreciate them, to recognize them, because it was close to Mother's Day celebration. And when you guys were sharing your stories as mothers, like, okay, this is what my personal responsibilities are at home, these are my professional, this is, I'm like, they do a lot more than a typical human being, because they have just so much more responsibilities, and they are leaders at home. That leadership responsibility that we talk about, it is at home and at work, and they have a lot more responsibilities. That was my kind of emotion. And it was, we didn't go there with that plan, but it was more like, leading from my heart before head. And leading from heart was that they deserve more. They need something special.
True.
And that is where it's like, why can't we give them, a day or 2 days or 3 days extra, where they just take those days for me time,
True.
right? Where they can be with themselves. Whatever their passion is to be happy, it could be, okay, I'm going to go for spa, I'm going to go for walk, I'm going to go for yoga session, I'm just going to take care of my health, or I'm going to be spending time with my kids, that dedicated to my kids. I'm going to take them to park or walk or some, like whatever makes them happy.
Yeah.
That day is especially, one, we're celebrating them as mothers. And second, we are taking care of them because they are taking care of a lot more people than a typical human being. So it's just natural. The message that I wanted to share here is that, for leaders, it is important to lead from their heart. If you lead from your heart, a lot of byproduct issues of culture will go away. And that is an example or story that you shared, and I appreciate that you recognizing it. Now, so you have created a huge delta from where you started from. Your family was from Jammu and Kashmir, and access to resources, quality education overall is like, when you are away from metro cities, it's limited.
Yeah.
And where you started to where you are now is huge accomplishment. So kudos to you, first of all, and congratulations for your journey and your impact and being that independent women. And I want you to share your top 3 life lessons, your greatest life lessons with our next generations, especially women where they're inspired to be good moms and good professionals?
True, true. Thank you, Tani. Thank you, Sari. Lovely question. I'm loving this conversation with you as always. First lesson which I wanted to share with our next generation is foster a growth mindset and a passion for a lifelong learning. So it's something, I live, I aspire to live and breathe every day. It is always the first piece of advice which I give to people who ask me how to grow in career and be a successful. It is vital that you take advantage of every opportunity you learn, and yet, you being more successful, you become, and you can, easily drift from learn to it all mindset to know it all attitude. So this is one of the biggest mistake I have done in the past, and I'm constantly on the lookout to make sure that, in every meeting or every moment, I focus first on learning versus communicating what I know or believe. In fact, Sari, I look for the moments where I hear something which is opposed to me or to believe, so that I can really learn and try and understand why a particular point of view or idea is not resonating with me. Why, I may not be, I may not completely change my view, but I constantly find or learn something new from that approach and broaden my mindset. So foster growth mindset and a passion for a lifelong learning is my first lesson for next generation.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's the second greatest lesson, Banmeet?
Okay, I think that would be close to you as well, Sunny. Surround yourself with people that know, that have more knowledge and a positive mindset. One of the greatest things which I've learned in life is surround yourself with a knowledgeable and a positive mindset people who will help you grow your career. If you surround yourself with the negative people, Sunny, they will foster negativity and you will never ever grow in your life, and always surround yourself with the people who are knowledgeable, and ensure that you are not only knowledgeable person in that entire group. If you are the only person who will be knowledgeable, then you are not enhancing your knowledge. They are enhancing your knowledge. So just ensure that, you enhance, just want to share one example here. That, I've been managing global team, Philippines, India, and US, I don't mind, Sunny, taking knowledge from my juniors, because that we're dealing with 90s generation and they have such a vast knowledge. And in every day-to-day routine, Sunny, in every conversation, every meeting, every brainstorming which we are doing, I am gaining knowledge from my juniors. And this is something, I take as a, lifelong learning. It's not important you always attain knowledge from, your seniors and leaders. It is, you take knowledge from your juniors as well. So surround yourself with a more knowledgeable and a positive mindset that will help you giving, a lot of career enhancement.
Yeah, that is a great lesson, Banmeet. Company matters, right? So be wiser with your choices, and surround yourself with the positive people, with good human beings, and you will always be in a company where they won't disappoint you. You can always learn and grow just because you're surrounding yourself with positive people, where they're going to uplift you, they don't drain you, and you are not you're not kind of spending your energy where those naysayers, they call it naysayers, where they can always find something that's negative and keep pulling you down.
I save this for the last. Always make time for the people and the things in the life that matter to you. The most important piece of advice that I can give, and one of the area where I have been asked frequently, I would say, balancing our work lives and our personal lives has always been a challenge. And, with this recent years, it has really, really become even more difficult with the technology, which has enabled us to work from anywhere and anytime. Growing successful career is incredibly fulfilling. Who doesn't want that? But it should not be at the expense of personal relationships, for taking out time and spending time with your family, which will really give you joy for your life. You can truly be successful for your job if you are happy, you're spend time with your children, you're taking time for their birthdays, you're going to their school, and you're attending their graduation. I know that I have skipped some of those moments because at the start of your career you just need to balance, but now this is one thing which I'm ensuring that I will not skip any of these things. Being present with the family and the friends is what matters and brought a great joy. And in return I would say, when and Sunny, this thing is something which comes from an organization like IT by Design, where we have a work-life balance. I want to put emphasis here. Why, I have time for, spending time with my family and, with the people who matter, because I have my work-life balance here. That is why I am able to, honor my commitments in the family life. And return, this is an organizational return to me. In return, I redouble my commitments to the company that enables me do a fantastic work-life balance. And I really, really foster this thing. It's a part of our culture. You know, that's the other life. I just speak this thing in terms of our culture as well, because this is what I want to share with my next generation. Be a part of this race, do jobs, but always make time for your people and your family, which matters in your life.
Absolutely. That's a great lesson. And COVID reminded us, as you said, that what matters at the end of the day, right? People that matter to you, being intentional about spending quality time with them. It's a great lesson. And, I'm personally guilty of that sometimes. And what comes to my mind from this lesson, Banmeet, is when I went to drop off Sahib, my elder son, at a university in 2020. So it was the first time. So we live in New Jersey, and he was going to start going in 2020 to Cornell, which is in upstate New York. It's about 4 hours drive. So it was an emotional moment for me when me and Cam, my wife, we went to drop him off. And it was, our first child going away from home to complete his higher education. And when we dropped him off and we, at the dorm, so he was going to dorm, and it's not that far, it's 4 hours drive. He can come back maybe once a month, every other week. But the emotion that triggered at that time when I dropped him off and then started driving back home is that I left part of my heart there. And being a startup in 2003, and he was born in 2002, initial like 10 years of his life where I should have spent more time as a father with him, I was building business. I got more and more intentional every year after he became like 10 to spend more time taking him to basketball or soccer or swimming, all the games, and I was proud of that later part, but first like 10 years of his life, it was like, I wish I could have spent more time. And that was the emotion. And I think, and that was a perfect timing during COVID when we sitting home started paying a lot more attention to our health and family.
Yeah.
And I started, tears. And for the entire 4-year journey coming back to New Jersey, my tears wouldn't stop. And I'm driving, Cam is sitting right next to me, and my tears keep flowing. And Cam is like, you don't cry, like, and you are like in tears from last, like, can you stop? And I'm like, I am trying to stop, but I can't stop. It's because the same emotion that I wish I could have spent more time with him. And then my second one, Rohan and Sean, now I'm a lot more intentional about protecting time, which is family time.
Yeah.
Now Sahib is now, we're talking about now June 15th here, and he's home, and we spend some time, father-son time in the gym or walks, and I'm spending a lot more time with him when he comes back for summer vacation. But it just reminds me of that journey, and I wanted to share with fathers, this, month being Father's Month, Father's Day is coming up next week. And I wanted to share with people like professionals where they're fathers, and they might be thinking that they're not having time, that quality time, because of their job or their business. But what I have learned from this experience is I am producing a lot more in the last 3 to 5 years. And even after COVID, I'm producing more at work. But even at the same time, I have more time, because what the realization there is, it's not about you don't have time. It's about, are you utilizing your time properly? Are
Yeah.
you good in utilizing time and protecting your time for the buckets that we always talk about? Your me time for health, your family time for family, your career time for career, and your legacy time, which is your kind of community time, whatever you do on weekends to serve and help others. So it's about time utilization and how you balance that time, rather than me not having time. Because what I have seen is that there are people or fathers where they're saying they don't have time, but you see them, they're watching movies, they're spending time, or they will just turn on news and spend hours there, and kids are sitting at home. But their excuse of not spending time with their kids is, I don't have time because I'm so busy at work.
Yeah.
But it's really, you see them with the TV. And that there are other people that have seen, they're saying, oh, I'm spending a lot of time. But when you ask them about, like, at a deeper level about their children, they don't know that. Because the problem is, they will be sitting right next to their kids with the phone or
Yeah.
TV or some other distractions. They think they are spending time. They're spending like 4 hours a day, more time than some other people, but they are not present there.
True.
So it is important for us to be present, and quality time matters more with people that matters to you than quantity of time.
Yeah, true. And that reminds me, Sunny, two of your great things way back in 2014, when I was just a mother of 1 year and 3 months child. And when you took my interview and I said, you asked me what shift you'll come. I said, you tell me, Sunny, what shift you'll give me. You said that, let's start with a normal shift. And then you asked me, how will you manage your son and all that? He's been in your habit for last 1.5 year, 1 year and 3 months, I remember. Then, Sunny, I remember one of the greatest thing about you made my shift for 7 hours for 4 months. I remember that point of time, 2014. So that's the kind of time you have given in 2014, that Banmeet, this is the time. I remember now, you shared with me, Banmeet, I want to give you this time because I miss that time with my son, and I want you to spend this time with your son. So I still remember that 4 months, 7 hours. I really, really can't, get those memories off my mind, because that was something incredible thing given to me by you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for thank you for remembering that. And I think at the end of the day, a happy person at work, a happy person at home will be happy person at work. And you end up, at the end of the day, it's about business outcomes, the
Yes.
value that we create. It's not about hours that we work.
Yes.
So my thinking about this normally is that if you can create something which gives happiness at home,
True.
that means it's happiness at work, right?
True. Yeah.
And kar sukh basya, bahar sukh
Har
paya.
sukh paya.
Right?
Right.
So I think that for leaders, it is so important for you to know your people, and then be that hero for that person based on their needs. And if you can be that, then they can produce a lot more, and their utilization, their overall results that they produce, because they come from that compassion. It's that place of happiness and compassion, because now your needs are served.
True.
Because your needs are served, you're much more productive professional.
True.
So, okay. So Banmeet, those are really, really great lessons, growth mindsets, and lifelong learning, and surrounding yourself with positive people, good human beings, and take time for people that matter to you. I truly, truly appreciate you sharing your life university experience that comes with pain, that comes with the tears, that comes with blood. And our intent here is to share it with our next generation so that they don't have to learn in a hard way. And I have so much appreciation for you to come here and share that with our next generation and making a difference and being that leader who believes in spreading happiness and sharing caring mantra to care about our next generation by sharing your experience, your wisdom, your insights with our next generation so that they can make even bigger impact than us. And I appreciate you coming to my platform, my podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sunny. And to my viewers, just want to tell it's an incredible journey which I am having with IT by Design, and I'm really loving my job. And in the end, I want to say I am in the era of feeling well, not doing well. So I really enjoy and share my these lovely moments and passionate moments, I would say, with IT by Design.
Yeah, thanks, Banmeet.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.